you Americans, and you're alive. Armed Forces Radio brings you a special rebroadcast with Victor Young and the orchestra, the Ken Darby Singers, John Nesbitt, and America's beloved baritone, John Charles Thomas.
Deer and the antelope play. Hello, dear friends. This is John Charles Thomas. Well, here we are again with another half hour of song, story, and music for you men and women in the armed forces of the United Nations. For story, we have John Nesbitt, one of America's best. For music, there's Victor Young and the orchestra, and for song, the Ken Darby chorus and myself. And now, Vic, with the preliminaries over, let's get started. I have a song of the sea to start off with today. The sea, I said. Its title is Three for Jack. As I went down to the wintry sea, I saw three witches watching me, and they screamed ah, and they laughed oh, as they heard the black northeaster blow. Then they cried, you silly young sailor bones, you'll very soon dine with Davy Jones. Says I, abort the night of Spiat, there's lots to be done ere it comes to that. Yow-wow, yow-wow, yow-wow. So I went bowling over the rolling sea. They may keep their coat for other folks, but they won't frighten me. So I went bowling over the rolling sea. They may keep their coat for other folks, but they won't frighten me. But when I came to the open sea, I saw three cruisers watching me. Yes, three black cruisers all in reach, and a brand new gun in the bows of each. And they hailed me, oh, you silly young tar, we'll send you down where the fishes are. Says I, come along if that's your game. Let's see if I can't play the same. Yow-wow, yow-wow, yow-wow. So we went bowling over the rolling sea. We put three shots in their lobster pot so they won't frighten me. So we went bowling over the rolling sea. We put three shots in their lobster pot so they won't frighten me. But when I stepped upon the quay, there were three pretty maids to watch for me. Three pretty maids who looked so nice. I kissed them once, I kissed them twice. You loved me best, said the first to me. You loved me first, said number three. I'll never give you up, says number two. So what was a sailor boy to do? Yow-wow, yow-wow, yow-wow. So we went strolling down by the rolling sea. If you can't be true to one or two, you're much better off with three. So we went strolling down by the rolling sea. If you can't be true to one or two, you're much better off with three.
Vic
Victor Young has turned to the music from One Touch of Venus for his next selection by Kurt Weill and Ogden Nash. Speak Low. Lovely, Vic. Now I have a song for you of Jerome Kern's, of which I'm very fond. The song is You. I hear music when I look at you. A beautiful theme of every dream I ever knew. Deep down in my heart, I hear it play. I feel it start, then melt away. I hear music when I touch your hand, a beautiful melody from some enchanted land. Deep down in my heart, I hear it say, is this the day? I alone have heard this lovely strain. I alone have heard this glad refrain. Must it be forever inside of me? Why can't I let it go? Why can't I let you know? Why can't I let you know the song my heart will sing? That beautiful rhapsody of love and youth and spring. The music is sweet. The words are true. The song song my heart would sing, that beautiful rhapsody of love and youth and spring. The music is sweet, the words are true, the song is I think the rains we had here in California a couple of weeks back must have had their effect on Ken Darby's consciousness. He's combining Rain on the Roof and Over the Rainbow for today's offering. All right, Ken, let's hear it patter.
Rain on the roof. I feel the patter of the rain on the roof. Makes me want to dream, dream, dream. Rain on the roof. I love the patter of the rain on the roof. It doesn't matter 'cause the rain on the roof makes me want to dream, dream, dream.
Not long ago in a newspaper, a critic referred to our own John Nesbitt as one of the first men since O. Henry to be able to take a trifling, inanimate object and spin a remarkably dramatic tale about it. I think John has a splendid example of this today in his true adventure of a pair of shoes. John Nesbitt.
The true stories of this passing parade are usually found hiding themselves away behind nearly everything a man sees or touches or feels. And the trick is, of course, to recognize the story when it's staring you right in the face. Nearly 3 months ago, for example, just about the time that the first great Russian victories of the winter were shaking the world, I happened to stand in front of a glass showcase in a Hollywood department store in which were neatly displayed 2 pairs of boots. The first pair was one of the most hideous pairs of big boots I have ever seen. You wouldn't give a ration point for a dozen sets of them. These boots have solid wooden soles that are nearly 2 inches thick, and the lowers are made of a kind of dirty-looking imitation leather that's stiff as a board, and the uppers are made of a gray-brown felt that looks like those jute pads we put under our carpets. Now, this particular pair of boots is splashed with mud and very definitely second-hand, and running down the side of the left one is a black stain. That stain must have been bright red at one time, for it is human blood. Underneath this part of the display, there was a little card on which was printed, "Property of a Nazi private captured in Russia." After glancing at this curious souvenir of the war for a few moments, I walked away and forgot all about the captured boots. Yet for 3 long months, in the back of my mind has been the idea that a big story was facing me from that glass showcase. And only a couple of days ago, I remembered the other pair, the second pair of boots that stood beside them, and the whole story suddenly became clear. The last owner of those hideous, uncomfortable, brutally stiff boots was a young man. He had a square, solid face, blonde hair, and light blue eyes, and big red hands covered with cotton and wool mittens, and he was taking a walk north through a blinding Russian snowstorm that cut into his face like the frozen wrath of God. Walking patiently and stubbornly and obediently northward against the wind and against the armies of Russia. Private First Class Emil Müller, Nazi shock trooper, believer in the supreme godlike race of supermen, scorner of weakness, out to conquer the earth for the master, a very good Nazi, tough as a wrestler, hard as mahogany. Private Miller slodged along in his monstrous boots, specially designed for the great 1943 German counteroffensive in Russia, and when at last the hoarse voice of his captain was whipped through the wind, ordering him to fix his bayonet and charge, Private First Class sprang forward for 20 paces, then 40, then 100 yards, and then, quite suddenly, Private Miller pitched forward onto his face in the snow, and then bravely got up on his knees with an astonished expression on his freezing face and tried to rise, but he could not stand, and he slowly crumpled up in the deep, clean snow of Russia. He crumpled like a drunken man. He would walk no further north on the long march that had begun so long ago when he left the green linden trees by the Rhine. 1 minute later, the Russians had him, and they carried him back to a base hospital, and there, because his feet were quite frozen, they carefully worked off those enormous boots. And then Private First Class Miller was very silent. For looking dazedly over the straw mattress of his bed, he saw the boots that an ordinary Russian soldier was wearing. High, black leather, soft and warm as a pair of gloves, carefully oiled, shining and clean, and lined with sheep's wool. And then Private Miller turned over on his bed and buried his face in the cotton pillow, and Private Miller began to cry. For in those black Russian boots he read a story that no Berlin newspaper nor Goebbels broadcast had ever told him. He read there that the production of nearly all the earth is now flowing to the soldiers, wherever they are, who are going to beat his Hitler and his Nazi Germany right down to the earth. It is a fact that looking up at me from that showcase holding 2 pairs of shoes, those of the slowly retreating German and those of a United Nations soldier, there was the symbol of all Allied production. The electric manufacturer is very proud that he's helped to give his man a better gun or an airplane or a warship, and the shoemaker is proud that he's given him a better pair of shoes. In fact, it tickled me considerably when I stood with a leather goods maker by that showcase that held Private Miller's brutal ersatz footwear, and the leather maker drew himself up and he pointed proudly at that case. "You know," he said, "it's still true that an army travels on its stomach, but by the good Lord Harry, it doesn't get very far in Russia on frozen feet."
Thank you, John Nesbitt. Now the chorus and I are going to gather around and sing Every Time I Feel a Spirit. Every time I feel the Spirit moving in my heart, I will pray. Every time I feel the Spirit moving in my heart, I will pray. On the mountain my Lord spoke, out his mouth came fire and smoke. In the valley on my knees, ask my Lord have mercy please. Every time I feel the Spirit moving in my heart, I will pray.
Every time I feel the Spirit moving in my heart, I will pray.
Jordan River, chilly and cold, chills my body, but not my soul. All around me looks so fine, ask my Lord if all was mine. Every time I feel the Spirit moving in my heart, I will pray. Every time I feel the Spirit moving in my heart, I will pray. Daniel in the lion's den, called upon the Lord and then all the gates were open wide, 'cause the Lord was by his side. Every time I feel the Spirit moving in my heart, I will hallelujah. Every time I feel the Spirit moving in my heart, I will pray. And the Lord said unto his people, knock and it shall be open unto you. Ask and it shall be given you. Seek and ye shall find. Every time I feel the Spirit moving in my heart, I will pray. Every time I feel the Spirit moving in my heart, I will pray. Do you remember the picture Viva Villa with Wally Berry, made several years ago? I think that had more to do with popularizing a certain Mexican tune with the American public than any other one thing. Anyway, you must know the tune, La Cucaracha. And here's Vic Young to do it for you. Sir, that was La Cucaracha. And to follow it, the men of the chorus and I will sing Great Day.
You better be ready in the morning, for there's a great day calling.
When you're down and out, lift up your head and shout, there's gonna be a great day. Angels in the sky promise that by and by there's gonna be a great day. Gabriel will warn you some early morn. We'll hear his horn, root-a-tootin'. It's not far away. Hold up your hands and say, there's gonna be a great day.
Rain come pour and lightning flash, wind come blow and thunder crash.
And skies were dark, came Noah's Ark.
Hallelujah! Long ago some wicked men threw poor Daniel in the lion's den.
In Lion's Road came Daniel's Lord. That's the gospel. The Lord help those who pray. And on Judgment Day, if you believe, you will receive. When you're down and out, lift up your head and shout, there's gonna be a great day. Angels in the sky promise that by and by there's gonna be a great day.
Gabriel will warn you some early morn, you will hear his horn.
It's not far away. Hold up your hands and say, there's gonna be a great day.
It's coming on its way.
Great day. Well, dear friends, we have sung our last song until our next visit with you 1 week from now. Speaking for Vic and Ken and the boys, I say we have enjoyed being with you. And so until next week at this same time, this is John Charles Thomas saying goodbye and God bless. Gene Whitman speaking. This rebroadcast of the John Charles Thomas Show has been a presentation of the Armed Forces Radio Service.